We're live. We're doing
live.
this.
We're doing this.
All right. We're coming to. Let me find my spot here. I'm in the corner of a couch.
I wish I did podcasts like this. It looks so comfy.
It is.
Yeah.
It is laid back and comfy.
I just want to do it in here though, because I'd like to point out, and I'm sure people can see, but we got a Rolls Royce Maybach convertible P1, and there's some.
There's a Bugatti.
Bugatti and a 918. We got a GTC.
Yeah, brand new Ferrari GTC
And back
4
there,
Lusso.
the fan favorite, the Performante. It's too bad you guys can't see that. And I know how much the DDE fam loves the Performante.
They'll see it. Watch my vlog.
Oh, cool.
I'll vlog all of the cars in here when we're done the podcast.
Oh yeah, the combo is great. I love the gold wheels, how it matches the engine bay.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, guys. So welcome to the Daily Driven Exotics podcast number 2.
Boom.
We got Dave Coulthard on the far edge of the.
What's up, guys? Couch. That's what we're looking for. Couch.
I was going to say sectional.
Sectional.
I used to work in a
sectional?
furniture store, so things are very specific. And then in the middle, our guest speaker today is none other than my good homie, Gaberial Ansel of Seven Figure Entrepreneur.
Yeah, and a lot of people know me already because
Yeah.
I've been on your channel quite
You've
a
been
bit.
on my channel quite a few times.
But we're usually just talking about like goofy stuff or business stuff. So now,
This won't be any different, bro.
yeah, perfect. I mean, I rarely get to talk about cars
That's what we're going to start with.
that we're not directly in front of,
Mm-hmm.
which has been great. I mean, that 720, amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
the 720 times were good times, weren't
Yes, yeah. We've also done we've done a V10 R8 Plus together. We've done a few cars together in the past. Yeah, so
they? Good times.
yeah, a lot of fun.
So let's kick this podcast off with guys. We're gonna bombard Gabe with a few car questions, and we're gonna start off with 2017 was a wild year for cars.
It was.
There were a lot of controversial new hyper/supercars that came out, and I think the one at the top of the list that I'm gonna ask you your opinion on is the McLaren Senna.
Oh.
The new P15 code name. By the way, we're sitting in SR Auto Group. Let's just give them a quick shout out.
Yes,
SR Auto Group.
SR
Thank you
Auto
for
Group.
giving us your couch and the use of the showroom. We have a beautiful backdrop. As Gabe pointed out, we have all these hypercars behind us. And they happen to be getting, the reason why I just wanted to touch on this is because they're getting a Senna.
Oh, are they?
Really?
They're getting
Wow.
one here. So,
Is it spoken for?
oh yeah, they're all pre-sold.
Fair.
So I'll throw it over to you. Let's play the game. Let's play the DDE hypothetical. You won the lottery.
Senna?
Would you buy a Senna? Did you like the way it looked?
How much is it? Yeah, good
Yeah, how
question.
much is it?
I think it's like $1.5 million or something.
It's not bad.
You know what? I wouldn't. Like so, and maybe I'm a different kind of guy, but I think it looks cool, and it's one of those things. So like for example, just to put this into perspective, like the 720, when I first saw it, I was like, it's cool because it's so weird, but it doesn't do anything for me. But then after spending time with it and getting in and driving it and stuff, and just like it was amazing, and I would buy one in a second, hands down. So the Senna based off looks. Whatever. But that being said, the colors that they came out with for it, I was like, I don't really care for that color. But a blacked out Senna, I bet you would look menacing on the streets, and nothing could really compete with it.
First one on the street is a blacked out one. You haven't seen it? It's
No.
all over Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
actually been photographed driving down the street.
So,
it
like-
looks. I'll be honest. I hated the one they came out with. Also coupled with the fact that they came out with it like in a dark room with all these weird lights going on.
They're really like orange.
Yeah, it's like a McLaren thing.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing I said was, if you blacked it all out,
Yeah.
that's what changes the body lines right there.
With like full carbon vents and everything. I don't know if their packaging is the same as the 720, but like all those, like all the vents
Might
on
be a
the-
little different.
on the, yeah, I know, but like on like the headlights and everything, that's all an option. Like
Oh, yeah.
every carbon bit on that car is an option, but I'm wondering on the Senna if it'll be similar or not.
Yeah, being that it's really a race car for the street, but for the track.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like when it first came out, I actually liked it.
Did you?
Well, if you're spending $1.5 million on a car,
Right.
I want it to stand out. I want it to be crazy. I don't want it to be like clean and stealth. No. I want it to have like a circus wheel.
I'm
on
with
it.
you, bro. I'm with
Yeah.
you. I think the color combo though that they came out with, there was so much contrasting bodywork and lines. So, for example, for me, when I saw the orangey red paint that they had, and it really very distinctly showed like where those weird window lines were, because you have options in the Senna to get that glass door in the door.
Is it Gorilla Glass? Like
it must be.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Or you can just get a solid panel. And so I've seen photos of the solid panel, and that looked really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that. But I think like once you see one in person, you'll be like, this is crazy. Like this is
when we're done the podcast, I'll show you the one on
damn
online.
cool car. Yeah, you should maybe plug it into this video at some point.
So that's the Senna, and then right now you're obviously you'd love to buy a supercar.
Yeah.
What's on your vision board? What's your goal right now? What's the car you're working towards?
So it's more about like not about affording it, but just like making it work to a point where I feel good about it. Does that make sense? Because like I could overextend myself to a level to get into one of these cars, but it's like fuck, do I really want to do that? So I think my next step, if I was to get into a supercar or a nice car, I would probably do either like an early model 991 GT3, and then do some customization to that, or I would go into 2017 V10 R8. I feel like the prices on those are gonna drop quite a bit.
What makes you say that?
They don't have as much love as the Huracan, and they're fairly similar in price, right? And a lot of people, if they want a supercar, they're going after that more aggressive wow factor, and Lamborghini definitely gives that. The R8, it's a little more tame, in which I like.
And looks.
Yeah, and looks.
It's literally a Huracan.
I know, and what I do like about it though is it's more comfortable inside. I found
there's more room.
There's more room. And not as many people have them. Like, I like your Huracan because it's modded to shit, but generally, there's a lot of stock Huracans out there.
Yeah.
So I Googled a picture of the all-black Senna for you.
There you go.
Wow, that looks amazing.
So I'm just showing a picture to Gabe right now.
Wow.
So it's just
That's
murdered
so
out, crazy. You can see all the angles. It's got that massive rear wing, which is apparently like a functional aero wing, so it's gonna move.
It looks like a Le Mans car.
It looks like
Le Mans car.
It does.
It's crazy. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, sorry.
It's all good. I want everybody to hear you say it looks like a Le Mans car, because there aren't very many production cars that look like a Le Mans car.
Yeah.
And just so you know, we're on the road. We're on a 4-day road trip.
Yeah. Yep.
So we typically have a mic stand that would hold all of our mics for us. You guys can't see this. We're actually hand holding mics. I feel like we're 3 guys that are presenting to a wall.
Totally.
That's what we're looking at.
On the casting couch.
That's right. On the casting couch with a P1 to my left.
Exactly. So like the P1, this is the replacement for it, right? The Senna?
No, it's not. I don't believe.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
So this is more crazy then.
It's just more fun.
This is more track focused. I believe the quote unquote P1 replacement was supposed to be the car they're coming out with that has the center seat, the 3 seats.
Oh
yeah.
I'm not up on my McLaren hype. I don't.
And neither am I really, to be honest.
follow.
It's not it's not like I have some contacts at McLaren and they're like dropping DDE like the 411 before anybody else. But the things I've read or the rumors that I've seen is that they have a car that's coming out that is like the F1 that has the back to the center driving position with the 2 seats on either side of it. So a 3-seater supercar. And I believe they're still working on that because there's been photos of it. And that's the replacement to the P1. This is just like another car.
That's a great way to like
That's McLaren for you.
be driving with someone else, but really driving by yourself. You know, like your significant other, they don't stop talking. You just put them in the side back corner seat and just like, sorry, honey, like
that's right.
You know, I'm going to be up here doing what I want to do.
It's the billionaire's car because not only does it have the billionaire doors that go up, but you can bring the wife and the mistress.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a bad thing to say. I don't have that. I have just a wife, and that's all I want.
In this scenario, it takes 3 to tango.
That's right.
Oh, well played.
Yes.
You
Little
said something.
Bruce Wayne action.
Sorry, Gabe said something earlier I wanted to touch on about getting a supercar. And you said, what were your words? Like, not that you haven't earned it yet, but you said something interesting.
I just want to make it, like, I don't want to overextend myself to have one. Like, trust me, the want is there and the need is there and stuff like that. But, like, I got other shit that I want to focus on, you know, and like we're in the middle of building 3 businesses. Like last year, we focused mostly on the e-com stuff, and now we're working on building those bigger brands and those bigger companies, and that takes a lot of revenue.
It does.
And so for me, I would love to just go back to the days of like affiliate marketing, you know, where you just like make bank and don't worry about it. You just like get a paycheck every week and you're like, cool, I'm going to go buy stuff. But now it's like, I'm trying to reinvest and go for those long-term big wins instead of like those short wins. So, but I think, and honestly, I think there's a way with Seven Figure, the brand, to incorporate the two where it almost pays for itself. I haven't fully worked that out yet, how that looks. I'm not a financial genius or anything like that, but yeah. So I don't know, moving forward, closer to summer, I'll probably be looking more towards if it's possible or not. So
that two things there. One, little controversial action here. People like to make comments. And in some of the videos that you were in of mine, the comments were, you know, has a 7-figure entrepreneur, you know, blah, 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 but lives in a, 1,000 square foot apartment. Right. And I think people are really quick to judge. But don't even give it the context of even like something as simple as saying, well, I don't know all the facts, but I'm just gonna blah in the comment section.
And like straight up, just because like my store's done $1 million in a month, it doesn't mean like I'm pocketing $1 million.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, there's expenses. Like it's a full business and stuff. And I'm like, when I show that I'm doing those numbers and stuff, I'm not doing it to brag and be like, oh my God, look at me. I'm like, hey guys, like you can do this stuff too. Like
it's the reality.
It's the reality. And I don't sell anything. Like honestly, if someone asks us for course recommendations, I just like tell them about my buddy's course and stuff. Like we don't have anything. All of the stuff we give away is free. Eventually, might I monetize that down the road? Possibly. We'll see if there's potential there, you know? But for now, it's just like giving it away. And people just like to hate that the stuff they just don't know. Like you see it all the time. Like see it. I see you commenting back all the time, you know, like it's funny because it's just, you're kind of putting yourself on display when you're doing what you do. And like, and when I do a little bit of what I do and stuff, and it's, I don't know, man, haters are going to hate. Like it is what it is.
I think it was just a good point to point out though, is that you're growing a business, you're growing multiple businesses. And so like you said, the money you make isn't just like you're taking it out of your bank account. It's like, woohoo, I got $1 million. It's like, no, A, there's taxes. B, what's left of that. If not, if you're reinvesting, you know, you'll have some write-offs. Not everything works out, so there's losses. So some of the money you make goes back to never land.
Totally.
It's a never-ending cycle. And so, to be smart and want to build companies and live, you know, not owning, maybe because you're not into real estate, you're in online marketing.
Totally.
So you're not buying homes. So and renting a place and all that's normal these days.
And like I would love to own a massive home here, but like entry level home here is like $2 million, you know, and like I'm not even like downtown. Like I'm out in like West or North Vancouver, you know, like, and I'm getting something that was built in like the 60s. So it's just, it's a reality of like the lifestyle I want to live. Like our location is so central. Like my girlfriend can walk everywhere. I can walk everywhere. I barely drive when I need to. It's just nice having that convenience. Am I ready to move out to the suburbs yet and like get a house that I can afford? No, that's not my play. And even now, like we're thinking about our place and we're like, I was talking to Rebecca about it and I'm like, well, we could just stay in this place because it's affordable and then get another place in California because it's pissing rain here.
It's awful
for
today.
6 months of the year. Why not just rent an equivalent place somewhere else and have that awesome lifestyle?
I'm so down because I would have moved, as you know, years ago, having the flexibility between my online businesses. I would have left had it not been that I have kids that go between two homes, their mom's home and my home, my two older daughters. So, man, I'm on the same page. You know, I had a fun fact for you guys and maybe for you, Gabe. I just read that foreign money into Vancouver that raised a lot of the real estate prices was over the last, I believe, 5 years, $45 billion.
Wow.
That's a big number.
$45 billion of foreign money was brought into this city.
That's crazy.
So no wonder why, like...
So they basically bought 4 houses.
Probably.
Nice.
It's nuts. So moving on with 7 Fig, bro. How's that going?
It's good, man. It's like
I was inspired to start a podcast because you have a podcast. You have like how many people? And tell us about it.
So I think we crossed like 25,000 downloads.
No way.
Yeah, give or take, and it'll be a year in April, I think, since we've had that up.
So not even a year yet.
Yeah, and we've only done 20 podcasts on it. We've been slacking. So
wow.
Yeah. So And it's like this, the real life part of it is like we get so busy building our businesses and doing stuff like that we have to focus on that. As much as I would love to dedicate myself to 7 Fig, it doesn't make any revenue. It is what it is. So moving forward with that, we're just going to try and be more religious with it, try and get more content up for you guys because it's giving back so much more. And like, it's interesting. We just put it out there to like kind of test the waters and see what it was like. And the results we're getting are amazing. Like we get so many people hitting us and be like, oh, I love that episode that you guys did with so-and-so. And just like, it was so inspiring and stuff. And I'm sure you get stuff like that with your stuff, but you're just like, I had no idea. Like, I'm just like telling a story or like asking some guy about a story, you know? Yeah. So it's like, it's pretty cool.
Well, you're on if I could chime in here.
Yeah.
7 Figure Entrepreneur is a podcast people can find on iTunes.
YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, everything. So
and so the neat thing that I like about what you're doing is you guys are going out of your way to find proven, successful people in different, areas of online marketing. And they're open to sharing their story, and you're literally bringing all this value for absolutely nothing to the marketplace, to the audience. And if someone's just paying attention, taking some notes, and then has the willpower to execute, which you've had people who've hit you up and said, from your podcast, I've gone and successfully started X.
Yeah. So we even have like a private Facebook group now that like, so we were getting so many questions on Instagram and stuff that now I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to start a private Facebook group. And if you want to go in there, ask your questions, Tyler and I will hit you up and answer them. And what's been cool about that is it's been growing. And we have guys in there that are just like, you know what? Like my goal was to hit $100 a day doing this. There's some guy today and he's crushing $100 a day.
Wow.
His next goal is like $1,000 a day. And I mean, like, it's not so much about the money. It's about the fact that they're doing it and they're getting moving forward. And there's lots of people that are getting their first sale, and like it's just awesome. So
it's a community you've created that all works together to inspire, motivate, teach in some ways. People
so we
are teaching each other,
and that's another thing that's cool is like. And I planned this out. Sorry, guys, I was like a sneak attack here on you. But everyone who got into that group, I was like, eventually these people will be able to help each other out because there's always going to be someone who's ahead of you and there's always going to be someone behind. And it takes the load off me because I'm trying to run businesses and stuff like that too. So I go in there sometimes and I like go to answer a question. There's already someone that answered it like 5 times, you know?
That's awesome.
People getting their answers, and it's great. Like the answers are good too. And so it's really growing itself, and it's more of like a community and a family than anything, you know? Like everyone in there is respectful. If someone says something that I think is like rude or disrespectful, I'll just axe them out because I don't want that in there. I just want like people helping people, right? Like that's our motto. So.
Stay positive.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
On my news feed on Facebook, there's always something of somebody, they're walking in front of a supercar or a big house. Do you want to live the lifestyle of the laptop lifestyle?
Yeah.
How does somebody listening right now weed through quote unquote the bullshit?
So it's tough because there's a lot of guys who hit it big, and then like let's say they have like for example for me, I could come up with a course next week because I had one killer month, right? But that doesn't make me a pro. That means that like maybe I got lucky or something,
right.
you know? But I've been doing this shit for like 7 years, so I know what I'm doing. But overall, there's a lot of guys who hit like these one killer months, and then you see these guys and they start making more money and have buying new supercars and they're buying all this, and they're making that money off selling that course.
Right.
So to weed out, you just got to really like listen to what they're saying and watch consistency out of them, you know? And I don't know how you're really going to do that, but I don't just try not fall for the bullshit. But there is a few guys out there that are legit, like really legit, that make moves. I mean, I can cut through the bullshit because I know, but like overall it's...
Well, we've been in it for a while.
Yeah.
We've been in the game for quite a while.
Yeah.
I would say my advice is if you want to look on how to cut through the bullshit, it's go to 7 Figure. Because the guys on there are telling their story, and at the end of the day, you can go and execute on the knowledge that you guys are providing because it's really specific.
Yeah.
And so, and again, not everything is going to be relevant to your success that someone else's success had.
Just try a little bit of everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think the idea is to to learn what you didn't know previously, and then go and execute on that, make your own mistakes, have your own failures, and from that get closer and closer to success. Because that's really how you get to success. It's having multiple small, quote unquote failures, and learning from them.
Yeah.
Because you'll learn what you're good at, what you're bad at, who you need in your business, everything from, because we all live in different places.
Yep.
We're not all going to deal with the same advertiser. We're not all going to use the same platform. Like Brian. I just went and met our buddy Brian.
We did a podcast with him too, yeah.
Yeah, the other day. And Brian does what's called native ads.
Yeah.
And we do Facebook ads.
Yeah.
And yet you can run the same campaign that Brian runs. We could run it on Facebook.
100%.
So,
Yeah.
you get your little bits and pieces of, okay, this campaign works on this platform. I'll try it on my platform. You know what I mean?
Everyone gets so asphyxiated on the wrong thing. Like everyone's like, oh, how do I make money on Shopify, or how do I make money affiliate marketing? And for me, I'm like, okay, take a step back and just get really good at finding or delivering that traffic. So get really good at Facebook. If you get good at Facebook, and we're noticing this now because we're diversifying into a bunch of different things, is like, if you can make something good work on Facebook and you can sell it, you can sell almost anything on Facebook.
Right. I agree.
It's like, and even if you don't want to do affiliate marketing, you could go to tons of local businesses and be like, hey, how much would it be worth to you if I could get 100 people through your door, 100 more people through your door a week?
Yeah.
And it's not a lot, but to a customer, to a business, like that is a lot.
What's our time at, Dave?
Gabe's on the watch.
I'm on the watch.
What is it?
I will check.
Find out here in 2 seconds.
7:56.
Oh, we're doing pretty good. That's what we have left.
Yeah.
So we have another buddy to touch on that topic.
Yeah.
Who's also into cars.
Yes.
Drives a Porsche, and he does what we do, but he does all white hat.
Nice.
And so he does lead generation for fitness centers. And again, like you said, once he knew how to do media buys on Facebook, ad placements, and how to essentially, you need to learn how to make an ad, how to test an ad, how to read and analyze the data, and then make the necessary improvements in a direction that obviously gives you a better result. Once you know how to do that, it doesn't matter what you're selling, like you said.
Yeah.
So, and online marketing is probably, in my opinion, the quickest, fastest way, because this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, guys.
Yeah.
Disclaimer. But it is the quickest, fastest way to make money if you want to buy a house or buy the P1 behind me or whatever it is. But we got a Rolls Royce right behind us here. It's pretty epic. Mm-hmm. So, that's why we talk about this stuff in these podcasts or on the channel. We have a lot of people who are, like you said, inspired by the channel, inspired by some of the things we do with the cars. And the question that comes along with that is, how can I get myself in that position? Because I'm just not seeing the path. And I'm like, look,
just start.
Do you have a phone? Yes. Do you have access to the internet? Even if you don't have data on your phone, could you get to a Starbucks or a coffee shop or a library and borrow Wi-Fi and spend 4, 5, 6, 7 hours in there, or 2 hours after you work your job, or whatever it is you're doing? You just got to go and get creative and put yourself in that position. And you can do everything we're talking about. Might not be the easiest way to do it, but you could still do it. You could still buy ads off of your phone or an iPad. Yeah. You don't even need a laptop.
No. And it's like, and just starting is the main thing. So everyone's just like, oh, like, I don't want to get started if I'm going to lose. And I'm like, you're going to lose. Like, you just have to lose. Like, that's all it is. Like,
you have to fail to get closer to the success. You don't just get success.
And there's no simple trick, guys. Like, this isn't like some diet ad on Facebook where you just do one thing and you lose 500 pounds. It's like, you have to work hard. You have to research, you have to dedicate it. Like, it's never ending knowledge, and it's always evolving. So you got to do it.
Killer. This summer, if you buy a supercar, what's it going to be?
GT3 or R8 V10.
Killer.
We have that in common, you and I.
Same two options.
Yeah,
I think it's the same two options for anybody who's breaking into the market, to be honest, unless you somehow come into a boatload of money.
Yeah. You know what? Like, if I was to extend myself a little bit farther, I would really like to get into an FF.
Awesome car. We got like we talked about at the beginning.
Yeah. But
the brand new replacement, the GTC4 Lusso is just to our right over here.
Two things I worry about that: reliability.
Mm-hmm.
And the gas apparently is insane in that
It's a
car.
V12.
I don't
so
really care
it's-
too much about gas. Like, whatever. It's just an expense of driving something cool. But
It's expensive.
Yeah,
'Cause
but I heard
the
it's next level.
It is. It's the equivalent engine of like the F12.
Yeah.
Or the 599, which was the ultimate gas guzzler.
it's an Enzo. It's a detuned Enzo engine, isn't it?
I'd have to look that up. I
think
wouldn't
it
want to
is.
say
I think
yes or
Chris
no.
Harris said it in the
Did
for
he?
the
Because he bought one,
yeah.
right? And he was like, "This thing drinks fuel like nothing else on the planet." Like even an Aventador is the same, but I think the 599 was worse.
Yeah. So
So that's what you're gonna get, Dave. You said I was gonna ask you, but you just nailed
Well,
it.
I think we should do this. You get a GT3, I'll get the R8, and we'll just trade back and forth.
yeah,
But
Best
we
of
live
both
in
worlds.
BC. You can't do that. Well, you could. You'd have to put each other on each other's insurance.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
But no, I'm the same, GT3 or the R8.
yours is going to be wrapped in DDE colors.
Oh yeah, you have to.
It's part of the
Full
rules.
DD.
Yeah. See, I
Don't think that yours isn't either, Gabe.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna
On the
donate.
podcast, you're getting
Well,
wraps.
well, I'll just copy your wrap and I'll switch all the logos with 7 Fig. There you go.
Oh,
That's funny.
We'll incorporate it into the wrap.
There you go.
7-fig sponsorship.
Just
Only
everything-
$100,000 a year.
Just everything feeding each other. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, dude, hey, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast since you had me on yours.
Yeah.
This is podcast number 2 of Daily Driven Exotics. Again, huge shout out to SR Auto Group for letting us chill in their showroom with all these hypercars. Make sure you go and smash the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Follow us on YouTube. You'll be able to watch the rest of today's vlog and all of the cars that we were talking about in the background.
Yes.
And if not, just keep coming back to these podcasts and we'll do everything we can to keep you guys entertained / bring some knowledge bombs
Another
in each
thing-
podcast.
another thing that
And
you should do-
Go and subscribe to 7-Fig.
Not even that, but on your iTunes, you guys write reviews. The reviews mean a lot.
Do they?
Yeah, so write those on his iTunes.
Do that.
Yeah.
Write us a review.
And follow me on whatever you
Follow
want to
this
follow
guy.
me. Follow
That's
me on.
right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
problem.
coming out.
Yeah.
Dave.
Thanks, guys. Sorry I'm a bit sick, so I'm a bit, you can hear it in my voice, but
Yeah. And we have an adventure
we
tomorrow
have a
morning.
big adventure,
We're off
so I have to
to
get healthy quick. We're off to LA tomorrow morning and then Vegas for the weekend, so stay tuned for that.
Airplane
right.
Caesars. The answer.
I tried my first Caesar the other
doesn't
day.
like
It
him.
wasn't for me.
Doesn't like him.
It was also $80.
That's not very Canadian of you.
Vegas.
I think we should end this now.
We'll end it. Okay, guys. We're out.
Thanks.